Hey guys, what's up? Last video, the four-wheeler here kinda throttle cable stuck a little bit, and I figured out what the problem was. It's gonna be kinda simple, but then again, it could be hard. So, when I move, I don't know if you can see this too well. That plate right there, where the shadow of my finger is, it moves. The throttle cable goes right in there, and when I take my thumb and push on this like that, it moves. See that moving over there behind the exhaust? That's not supposed to do that, and I'm assuming that's why it's stuck open. So I gotta take the entire air box out, and I took the side panels off, which one of them's right here. Just take bolt off here and bolt off right there, and pull your panel off, and pretty much the same concept on the other side. Pull in here, you can see the entire carb. This is how we had to set our fuel line up for because this cockpit here shut-off valve did not work at all. So I just leave this on reserve because reserve is a lower setting in the tank. And so leave it on reserve and then just run this off and have on-off shut-off valve right here, and it runs into the carb. Carb sucks it into the motor, and that's how it works. So that's pretty much it. To take this side panel off, you take a screw out here, or a bolt, one up top here, and the other one is right there on the frame. So we got all those off of there, and next I'm going to take out the air box, and hopefully it is more simple than when I did it last time, which it was kind of a pain last time. But anyway, we'll get that out and see you in a minute. Alright, I got the air box out. It's right here. It's got gas all over it from when it tipped on when the four-wheeler was laying on its side. Gas, I'm assuming, came out of the carb, got all over this, and it's all down in there and whatnot. But to get the air box off, there's these son of a gun. There's 1, 2, 3, and a fourth one up here. Well, actually, no. There's just 3. Because this one is for the lid. You gotta take the lid off because it's got the snorkel part on it. But you gotta take these 3 bolts out, right there, and over there, and then you gotta loosen the clamp, which is on the carb, which I've already got the carb out. That's completely all out of there. And I got it over here on the table. I figured out what the problem was. This here was moving like that, and it's not supposed to, because this is where the throttle cable goes on, and it actually goes and is spring loaded to fling like such. So it comes over and it'll push all the way over to this little ledge here. It's hard to see, but there's a screw back here on the back side, which you can kind of see. Let's zoom in on it. Right there, just the tip of it. It's just barely right there. So that screw is loose, and this screw down here, oh wait, there ain't one, because it's sitting over here on the table. That came out with the washer, and it was laying like right here. So I'm gonna assume that's the reason the throttle's stuck wide open. And on number 2, down here where this screws on to the carb assembly right here, screws on here like that. You just twist it on there after you run the cable through. This is actually broke off, so I need a new throttle cable anyway. So I'll probably end up getting like a Motion Pro throttle cable or whatever, kind of like I got the clutch cable for the YFZ I had. But next step is trying to figure out how that there assembly comes apart, so I can get that screw, get her tightened down, get this other screw, put her in there, get that thing as tight as I can so I can stop this from moving. And then I'll just basically do reassembly on it, and that's pretty much it. To get this here panel off, all you do, it sits on here like this, but there's a gasket. The red lining is a gasket seal basically, or rubber seal, whatever. And when we took it out and put it back in, it ended up not fitting the same. So we had to cut it in a spot somewhere, and then we just packed it full of silicone all the way around it. So it was pretty sealed, pretty good. It took a screwdriver and quite a bit of prying to get it actually off. It started right here and worked my way around. It came off finally, but so that came off. When I go to put it back on, I'll put another fresh seal on here maybe and see how it goes. But I don't know, it's a pretty good seal, so we'll see what happens. But I gotta get that off of there, so I have to do with that spring, and gotta mess around with that a little bit, and I'll probably do that on the next update for this here. So till next time, see you guys on update part 2. Peace.